Hey, what's going on, world? It's me again, Ethan Smith, aka Big Sarge, large and in charge of my one and only self, taking myself up off the shelf to discover my greatest internal wealth so I can show you my external self. And I hope you're doing the same for yourself. Y'all know what it is. This is another wonderful Sunday where we come in and we speak. This is Speak Grunt, or as I like to say, Grunt Speak, where we come in and we talk to you, and hopefully you jump down in the chat and you chat with us and you talk to us too. 11B, 11 Charlie, 11 Alpha 2, 0311 Marine Corps, my brothers with the blue infantry corps. Although you don't get that, I'm still talking to you too. But you know what it do. It's Grunt Speak. By grunts, for grunts. Everybody welcome, but everybody cannot and will not be a member. We appreciate the support. We appreciate the connections, and we appreciate you sharing this video. But that's what I need you to do. Drop down below on your Facebook or wherever you watching that. Make sure you share that. Make sure you get down in the chat. And don't forget to subscribe to the vibe. Go to the YouTube channel and look up Speak Grunt and make sure you subscribe to the channel. Here's something else I need you to do. Go share with some friends too, so other people can watch this video and they can see what we're talking about. Hopefully it's beneficial to them as much as it is to you. Hello, how y'all doing? Let me turn this music volume down so y'all can hear my sound as we do what we do to make it go this thing go round. So tonight, I'm really not sure if you just gonna get me or you gonna get me and Whiskey Charlie. But Killer Wolf will not be able to join us, you see, because he's spending time with family. And that's a very important thing that we all need to do. You make sure you stay close to the ones that's close to you because they need your love and support too in order to make it through. That's why you got to get to the best version of you. That's why you got to shed some of that old skin to see the new you. And that's what we're going to talk about a little bit tonight too, mainly tonight too. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to kind of keep an eye on the clock today because I got some few things that I need to do. And if don't nobody else show up with me and it's just me and you, we're probably going to cut this thing short a little early today. And we're going to see how God lead us. And we're going to do what we do anyway. So I'm going to jump down in this, give it a prayer real quick. And then I'm going to wait for some people to jump on and acknowledge it. And we're going to go from there. Father God, I come before you today. Woo, time out, pause my music anyway. Father God, I come for you today, hoping that you bless the messenger that's giving the message away. And I hope that you open up their ears and their hearts so that they may understand that I'm just the man and I'm following the plan that you have given to me to help someone else be successful. See? Successful in life, successful in love, successful in their finances, successful in their emotions and their health too. Father God, if anybody can do it, we know that it's you. But here's something that we need to do. We have to tap into you. We have to glorify you. We have to magnify you. And we have to worship and respect everything that you do. And if nothing else, just be grateful. So I'm grateful today, Father God, that you allow me to use my lips, my tongue, my mouth, my esophagus, the saliva that comes out to say what I need to say. And hopefully it's going to bless somebody today. That's it. That's all I got to say. Amen. Let the meeting begin. Woohoo! What's going on, grunts? How y'all feeling today on this beautiful July 17th, Sunday, fun day? Ready to shed some skin and talk about what's in your way and how to move forward today? Yeah, we're going to do just that. Get my water on so I can get my hydration right, because it seems like it's going to be a long night. After I get off of this show, I might have to go roll with the wife and take care of some other things. And it's been a very interesting day. And I know it's been a while since I came your way with the 1 minute win, 1 minute war, listening to what you got to say. But do me a favor, drop down in the chat and tell me where you at with that. What is your 1 minute win and your 1 minute war that you are dealing with. Yep. I probably shouldn't have put a question mark right there just yet. So let me bag that up. Old Army infantry vet. I ain't gonna say that grammar is correct always for me, but you get the message. You see what I'm attempting to do, what I want to see. So what's that 1 minute win? What's that 1 minute war? How do you plan to get through and tell me what you gonna do? 1 minute win, 1 minute war for me. What am I warring with? Nah, to be honest, maybe it's a shedding thing. Maybe it's a shedding thing. I didn't really think it was that deep to me, but me and my wife was having a conversation when we were walking and when God gave me this topic too. But when we were walking this morning and I was telling her about a networking event that I had, and she was like, babe, that's why I text you. Because a lot of y'all don't know. Sometimes we walk into a room and we don't feel the glow. We don't feel that energy beaming from us because of maybe other individuals in the room. And that's something that I go through too. Sometimes I can take a step back when I'm around people with uh, a ton of degrees on their wall. You know, imagine that. We get wrapped up at thinking people in academia got something going on that we may not have. And my wife just looked at me. She had a little smile on her face and she started to laugh. She like, babe, that's not you no more. You got to shed that. You got to leave that all in your past. I'm like, you know what? Even though the devil attempts to attack me, what I used to be, I still walk in the room, stand boldly, speak loudly and proudly what God gives me. So although I may be being attacked by some things that I used to be or that I used to see, the good Lord above has allowed me to shed some things to truly see me. So the war would be letting go of what you know isn't you anymore. And I get it. It's not a war that I'm losing. It's just a war that I have to fight a few days and a few nights because the enemy, the devil, the negative mind, feeling like you're losing time, they don't want you to see, or it doesn't want you to see exactly where you at. It wants you to fall off track. But I had to tell that thing, push back, push back. So as I was walking and talking to my wife today, and we were, oh, I'm sorry, before I jump into that. The win, as I continue, to step in to his peace and his glory and share my story. So I'm grateful that I have a wife who support me, who believe in me. I have friends who support me, who believe in me. And they telling me, yo, E, we need this thing. Keep doing what you do because what you do is helping me just like you know is helping you. So the win is that I continue to go in those uncomfortable places. I continue to go around unfamiliar faces. I continue to put myself in uncomfortable situations in order to make change in this nation and every nation that my feet strikes the ground. Because when you're a child of God, that's how you get down. You here to create change, just like that infantry thing. We were the tip of the spear. We are the tip of the spear. When we get near, you're going to hear a lot of ruckus, boom, boom, boom. Let's make that clear. We're not in the rear with the gear. We here to do what we need to do. So I continue to step through and shine through, and I hope you do the same for you. So do me a favor and drop down in the chat 1 minute win, 1 minute war. Let me know where you're at, where you're tuning in from, and how you been doing this week. What's been going on with you? And while you're doing that, I'm going to jot down a little note or two. I feel like I lost. Oh, you know what? Amen. I was going to say, I feel like I lost my music again, but I guess if you pause the thing, then you got to play it again, too. That's what I'm supposed to do. And I need to do one other thing. Excuse me. I don't want to be disrespectful to you, but I know sometimes this thing be tripping, too. So I need to jump on my Facebook and make sure nobody is commenting with me and I'm not able to see that thing. So I'm going to switch over here real quick and I'm going to jump on this Facebook thing just to see if anybody is commenting. And then we're going to do what we do as we share this message with you. You know how we do. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, nothing in the chat, so I don't have to look no more. We just gonna go ahead with that. Well, where we at? Hey, Miss Charlene, Michelle, how are you doing today, tonight? Tell Chris I said what's going on. I like the beautiful pictures y'all show of the Tennessee skyline and the changing colors from the day to the night. That is pretty amazing to me. I'm not sure that either the good or the bad can be summed up into 1 minute. I'm also thinking that your wife is a phenomenal person, and yes, please keep doing what you're doing. It absolutely helps people. You are absolutely right. Thank you very much. My wife, what I mean by you absolutely right, I'm not sure if you could share it in a minute either, a 1 minute win or a 1 minute war, but I think I do that just to keep myself on track so we can get back to where we need to be and not harp too much on the negative things. And in all reality, it probably should be a 2 minute drill, a 3 minute drill. If I wanted to be real, give you 1 minute and talk about what you wore and what was bothering you, and then 2 minutes to talk about the positive things that you're going to do to help you overcome that war that's getting to you. But you're absolutely right. 1 minute is a short amount of time, but I guess if we free and relax our mind, I'm not going to cut off your time if you have to share more than 1 minute. So I thank you. Nope, I'm not going to stop. I'm going to keep going. And as my boy Dewan Smith say, to the top. And we're going to keep on going and we're going to keep on growing. If I have to do this thing all by myself, I'm going to continue to take myself up off the shelf to show you my internal and external greatest wealth. I'm hoping you do the same for yourself. So tonight, I want to talk about shedding skin. I want to talk about shedding skin. When the dead skin ends and a new skin begins. When the dead skin ends and a new skin begins. And as I said in my prayer, me and my wife was walking and we was having a conversation and God took me there. And how he took me there and what he showed me that was so simple to me that I had to share it with you. It was actually the outer skeleton or outer shell of a katydid. You know those bugs that make all that noise like they do at night, that whatever it is. You know what I'm talking about. Whatever it is, that thing that they make. We were walking on our walk this morning and we were talking about showing up, and I was talking about, taking a step back when I walk in certain rooms based on what certain people do or how I sometimes perceive them to be. And my wife, she reminded me, when you went to that networking meeting, that's why I sent you the text to remind you, to let you know, no, babe, you supposed to be there. You belong in the room too. So there's something that you know, or else you wouldn't be there. And she was asking me, or she had said to me, something about leaving the past in the past. And as we was walking, I began to laugh. And she was like, what's funny? And I'm like, you see that right there on the fence? And it was actually a katydid shell. And I'm like, that's how they do it. They actually leave their shell or their outer skeleton and they go on to something else. What that is, I don't know. Well, I do now after I did a little bit of research throughout the day. And she was like, yeah, that's what I was attempting to say. Just like these bugs have shedded their skin and let the new life begin, you have to do the same thing too. Put the past in the wind. So this message is coming from you from a bug. I ain't bugging you, but this message is going to bug your mind and help you think about it from time to time. Every time you hear that sound that the katydids make, that's what I'm looking to do. I'm helping you to shed skin too. And it's amazing when you look at that old outer skeleton of a katydid. Oh, I was about to say, I hear some right now, but it's something else going on in the background. But when you shed that outer skin, as the katydids do, you're becoming a new and better version of you. Let me check something out real quick too. So when I was doing my research, I wanted to know, why do cicadas, I'm calling them katydids like I'm eating chocolate candy. Why do cicada bugs come out of their shell? Yes, love.
Send him the link. No link.
I did send them the link. Y'all gotta excuse me. I gotta send Whiskey Charlie a new link.
Don't leave a white boy hanging.
Tell the white boy he need to start checking his information because I sent him the link. I'm sending it again right now, Sutton. You probably watching anyhow. Yeah. Boom. Tell Whiskey Charlie I just resent the link to him and Killer Wolf. And I know Killer Wolf ain't gonna make it today, but I just sent him the link anyway. Nah, I gotta wait on Whiskey Charlie. Mm-mm. Now, I don't see him yet. Waiting on the infantry vet. I'm over here calling the thing katydids, and they cicadas. Katydids. I know I ain't had no katydids in a long time. I had no katydids in a long time. You know in my mind that I guess I'm in my fat boy mode. From what I was told. I'm Whiskey Charlie. How come you just didn't send me a message in the chat? You know I would have seen that. Here, you can leave it right here if you want to. Hey, there you go. Nope, just put it back on the charger. Yeah. Whiskey Charlie.
What's good?
What's going on, America?
You know, hey, check this shit out.
Oh.
It's so that us drunk white people can't forget our drink. It's right here with us all the time.
Did you order that or did you make it?
Nah, my wife's uncle got it from me. It's actually a true American.
I'm thinking he's gonna say American flag. Come on, Whiskey Charlie. With the beautiful acreage of land. What's going on with the internet, fam? The devil busy again tonight because he know this message about to be all right. So he gonna mess with Whiskey Charlie a little internet a little bit today, but it's gonna be okay. Y'all know how we do. We press on, we work through it anyway. Yeah, I'm here. Your picture is fuzzy, but I'm here. I ain't going nowhere.
Oh, shit.
Hey, we see you moving a little bit. You in and out, Whiskey Charlie. There you go. I see you. I hear you. Well, I did. All right, Whiskey Charlie took off. He gonna be right back. That's sometimes what happened, and we just have to deal with that. But hey, it's okay. We gonna work it out anyhow today. Where was I at? What was I attempting to say? I wanted to go back into this into Google and to this page where I was doing my research at earlier today on cicadas. Not katydids, but cicadas. Please excuse me. Cicadas. 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 And I want to wait and see if I get into Whiskey Charlie before I start with this, because I have to switch to a different screen, if you know what I mean. I'm waiting on Tomaz to come over to do me the StreamYard thing again, because I ain't that type of internet savvy. Hey, Whiskey Charlie. There you go, brother. How you, man?
Oh man, had to work overnight last night, so other than that, back in it. back at it. Had my brother-in-law come over today and help me fix my blower for my AC unit, my house, because it's been like steady at like a 80 to 100.
Yeah. I had to have a blower replaced in my AC unit about a month ago, right when it first started cracking it in those 100 degrees. I had to do the same thing. I'm glad you were
I
able
didn't
to
have to
get it knocked
replace
out.
mine. Thank God I didn't have to replace mine. I got my brother-in-law to come over, and we right now we just took it all apart and cleaned it off. But that bitch was caked with fucking booshy boo boo.
That's a new one on me, this city boy, Booshu Boo Boo. That's a new one. That's a
Okay,
new one on me.
you never heard of booshy boo boo?
No, I ain't never heard of Booshu Boo. Nah, if that ain't Southern, I don't know what is, man. Hey, Whiskey Charlie, earlier today I was talking a little bit about 1 minute wins, 1 minute wars, and getting into a topic. You got any 1 minute wins, 1 minute wars that you want to share with the people?
Well, let's see here. I would say a 1 minute win would be. I always like to start out with a war.
Absolutely, like an AAR. The three improves first, and then the three sustains.
Yeah, exactly. I would say that my war would be. Uh, I would guess I would say more confidence in myself.
That's good.
What the hell is that sound? You're not getting that?
No, is it the cicadas? Oh, see, you're froze up
Like a
again.
high pitched.
There you go. You back at it.
I think I fixed it.
All right. I think
All
you
right.
did too.
Well, I would say more confidence in within the last couple of weeks, whatever else. I just lack the confidence and my ability to accomplishing task and just doing what I do regular. I think what it is also is that like I'm letting my daughters down between because I got nation and had me 9 days straight.
You said you was on
So
vacation
of course I
for
haven't had
9
time
days
to
straight?
spend a quality time and no, I had vacation. I was back from vacation. They had me on 9 days straight without a day off.
What makes you think you letting your daughters down though with all that you do? I don't think they see that in you. They know how much their dad love them and how hard you go.
Okay. What's that?
I said, what makes you think you letting your daughters down? I don't think you do. They know how much you love them and what you do. They know how hard you go.
It's because I set my standard high for my daughters. Maybe it's not them thinking it; it's more of me. It's about actually be able to to be able to provide. I mean, I know I already look. I do the main things for them. I already know that. I already provide. I give them support. I get them what they food, shelter, everything else. But mentally, my thing is, and I guess it's just me, is I want to be able to spend more quality time, and that's like fucking what's that fucking word I'm looking for here? I don't want to like people coming and bothering me about. What's that?
I said, you want to spend uninterrupted time with them? Undisturbed? I don't know. Come on, internet. Y'all know Whiskey Charlie be dropping knowledge and jewels. That's what he do. The devil don't want him to get this good information to you. I love his transparency. See, grunts, this is what we need to do if you want to get to a better version of you. If you want to start shedding the skin of the old version of you, you got to be willing to talk about things that you going through that's growing you. Because every day as men, there's challenges in life that show you how strong that you really are, how strong you really can be. And sometimes what we actually think isn't really another individual's reality. It could be a place that we could be stuck at mentally, emotionally, and even spiritually. But other individuals may not see us the way that we do. Again, talking to my wife, and she said, babe, that's why I text you to remind you that you're capable of what God is calling you to do. You right where you supposed to be. So don't let the enemy make you feel like you doing something that you know you are already able to do. Whiskey Charlie, we back. We got you. There we go.
Bro, I need a motherfucking comms guy.
You just got to get one of those. You got to let those people out there put one of them cell towers up in your yard and pay you for the rest of your life, and then your internet signal will be all right.
Yeah. All right, hold on. Give me 1 second.
Okay, cool. Okay. Now, getting back to you and what I was talking about today about shedding skin and the way you was able to do it that way and how God brought the topic to me. I was walking with my lovely wife, Kiki, and we was just talking about walking in rooms and how I feel sometimes, and we was talking about past. And as we were walking past some fences and things like that, I happened to see some old cicada shells on a fence, and I was showing my wife, like, babe, these are the bugs. Look at these bugs, how they actually shed their skin or they shed their shell. And I never knew why they did that, but I know a lot of they do it well. And why I say they do it well, because if you look at a cicada shell, when they shed it, it's still pretty much intact, almost like it's been mummified at that. Like, I don't know if you can pick it up, if it'll crumble in your hand. I'm really not a fan of the bugs and all that other stuff. But looking at it up close today, and I wish I'd have put up the picture anyway, because I took a couple pictures of it on my phone. But most of y'all probably know what's going on. When you see those old cicada skins next to your car, you see the cicada skins on your house, you see the cicada skins all over the place, right? And I seen a couple of them today, and I was talking to my wife about, babe, look at these bugs, how they shed their skin anyway. And she was like, that's what I was saying to you. Just as these cicadas leave their shell behind, you have to do the same thing about your past too. And that's when God was like, yo, I'm changing you, I'm shifting you, I'm growing you, but you have to leave that part of you too. In order for the cicadas to grow, as I was doing my research and looking it up today, in order for them to grow into an adult, they have to get rid of the old skin and the old shell and push that part away. So we can see a beautiful cicada that they do during night and day. And you know those sounds are just mating calls, right? Yeah, I learned that in my research today. Hey, you that don't that yeah, I don't know if it sounds like that, but
That's my hey. If you listen quietly, you can hear it out in my neighborhood, bro. They're going on right at the moment in time.
And you know, again, like as I was doing my research, and I want to read this real quick because I don't want to butcher it. So, the question that I typed into Google once I figured out how to spell cicadas and not Katie did's, the question that I typed into Google was why do cicada bugs come out of their shell? And it says because the exoskeleton is hard, it prevents insects from growing, so they must molt their skin to continue to develop. What does that mean? Newly hatched cicadas will chew through the branch tips, causing them to fall off, carrying the young insects back down to the soil. That's something totally different. What happens is it takes about an hour for them to come out of their shell. The insect wiggles, cracks the shell down its backside, and crawls out of its own skin before spreading transparent wings and taking flight. The process takes about an hour. Now, I completely understand Chris Adams, Jordan Perry, Slade the Barber. Hey, he be hooking Whiskey Charlie's hair up. I completely understand. We not cicadas, man. We not cicadas. And what do I mean by that? Not in the fact that we won't shed this outer shell, this outer skin until the end of life form for us inside of this body. But mentally, spiritually, emotionally, we can shed who we used to be. We can shed what we used to see. We can shed what we used to believe to see the growth and freeing ourselves and flying to where we need to be. The cicadas, when they break through, what helps them break through is their new powerful adult wings. But they have to wiggle and wiggle and wiggle too in order to get through that thing. It is the struggle and breaking through the old you to get to the new you that makes you a better version of you. Shedding our skin is something that we must all do. You transition at different stages of your life every single day. But if you stay stuck in the place where you used to stay, then life for you is going to seem like Groundhog's Day. It's just repeating over and over and over again because you haven't began to let the new you out because the old you wants to stay in control of what you do. Whiskey Charlie, can you hear me, bro? Am I coming clear to you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah. It's so funny, man. When you sit down and get ready to drop that knowledge that you always drop, and it seems like that's when I like to say the devil wants to get busy and try to block your internet. But as I see you walking around back to back and you not there, nothing happens. Everything goes smooth. But when you start dropping those jewels, it wants to block you. But
yeah.
Go ahead, brother. That's what I want to talk about tonight. Bringing you up to speed. Seeing the empty cicada shells, walking with my wife, and it just made me think about the human life. What if we were able to, I know we can't physically step outside of this, but mentally and spiritually, we can step outside of what we used to be and shed those things that we used to see. What do you think about that, Whiskey Charlie? I'm gonna have to take and just like I said, every time Whiskey Charlie go to drop the jewels in the knowledge, his internet is dead. We're going to say a moment of prayer for Whiskey Charlie's internet. Not Whiskey Charlie himself, but his internet. Internet, leave Whiskey Charlie alone. Y'all know he got some knowledge going on. There's brothers and sisters and families that need this stuff too. So God, if you're available, put your boop down on the internet for Whiskey Charlie and let him do what he do. I just had something go off for me, so I was looking to see if it was maybe Whiskey Charlie on a different thing for me, but nope. And there we go. He's back again. Then he's gone again. This just keeps happening. I hope y'all get in some of this message in. Okay. Cicadas, shed in the skin. In order for new life to begin, the old life has to end. In order
Yeah.
for new life to begin, the old life has to end. And what cicadas do to go from youth to a full adult to, they have to break through the exoskeleton to be a better version of them. And that's something that we may have to do. We're just not leaving our exoskeleton. We're leaving it mentally. Go ahead, Whiskey Charlie.
All right. So I would say right now at the state of my life, like I was saying prior to this fucking piece of shit ass internet that I have, uh, outside that, man, I believe I'm at where I'm at. I am. I don't have no problems, no issues. Well, I do have issues and I do have problems, but it's nothing that I can't take without the good Lord blessing me to where I'm at right now. But with what you're stating with the exoskeleton and stuff like that, man, I just want to better myself, because if I better myself, I'm gonna better my family. I'm gonna better my situation I'm in, and I just want to challenge myself more. I would say it's challenging myself more, because I don't think I challenge myself enough. I set myself at a lower standard so I can succeed to what I want to and accomplish the goals that I want to in my life. But I want to start challenging myself more with a heavier goal and a heavier obstacles, so that I can exceed them still, because I know I can still exceed them. But I want to challenge myself with a heavier aspect and that piece. Right now I believe that I'm taking care of, doing my due diligence as a husband and a father, but I feel like I can do so much more. So how I'm going to challenge myself more on those pieces by, again, like I said before when I was talking earlier, is spending more quality time. I mean, there's never enough time. Time is so valuable, more than money to ever said it so itself. But time is really valuable, and I just want my daughters and them to know that what I'm doing is the time is that make sure that they're appreciated too at the same time. It's not just because daddy's just working just to help them out and get where they want to be, but it's also to let them know that, hey, you need to be able to work hard and learn from this situation.
And that is absolutely right. And in time, every time I hear somebody, and maybe you're not saying there's not enough time for you, so I don't want to come off like I'm attacking you. Anytime I hear that, it's just like alarms ringing off in my ear, and I always come back with, and I haven't been using mine efficiently lately. Sometimes there's always enough time, because there's only 24 hours in a day, 86,400 seconds in a day. The thing is learning how to manage our time. And what an issue comes in that is we spend a lot of our time working and earning money, especially as men, to provide. And we feel like we don't have a balanced life to give enough time to our family and to do the things that we need to do. But your time is in your hands and you get to control it too. You may think that you're not spending quality time with your girls, but your girls might feel like you give them all the time that they need. Like Siley, what is she, 6 or 7?
She'll be 6 in October.
Siley's be 6 in October, and she drives a riding lawnmower that Big Sarge couldn't start up probably. So like, when you talk about quality time, for me personally, and I'm not attempting to tell you or change your, well, a little bit I am attempting to change your mind or your outlook on how you may see yourself, but I'm not attempting to tell you what to do, because words are powerful. So when you say, I want to make sure I'm giving them what they need and showing them that I'm spending more quality time, make sure you remind yourself of the time that you spend it with them too, because that could just be something in your own mind and they may be grateful for what you do. Because as I heard TD Jake say, and I think you gave us this a topic one day, if a man is always at home being their loving father, how can he provide? And if you're working, it's difficult to be at home. But here's what's going on. if you're not working and providing, and if you're not coming home and sharing that time, then you are shaping and molding their mind to make them believe that, okay, a man doesn't really have to be there and interact with me to show him that he cares, show me that he cares for me. But you, as their daddy, are doing something differently. You're actually working and you're still coming home, providing quality time for them. Like, you work crazy hours up and down, and it's always moved around. And you still find a way, not find a way, you still make a way to be a full-time husband and father for your family. So don't compare yourself. Don't allow the negative stuff that you might have seen or you might have thought even take you down that path. Because I bet if you asked your daughters and your wife what they feel about you and what you do, they would be 100% proud of you and what you do and how you do. You are a good dude, a very good man. Whether you have a plan or you not, you are executing. And a lot of people have a plan and don't execute. You don't have to have a plan and you still execute, and you proud of what you do. If anybody follow you, all they got to do is look at your Facebook group. I mean, your Facebook too. And when you post pictures of your wife, she's smiling too. And that, to me, is the real measure of a man. When you look at his wife and his family and the people around them, look on their face and see what you see. You will know if he bringing joy. And to me, you bringing plenty of joy to your family, bro. So shed that part, let that go. Crawl out of that exoskeleton, because you've grown way past that. And what you're doing now is you're actually showing your daughters and setting the example for the type of man that they gonna want to be with.
Yeah.
And based on what you're doing, I think they're gonna be okay. They're going to be able to pick very selectively on what they expect.
Yeah. Look, hey, Big Sarge, I definitely agree. Like, I guess I definitely, with myself, I would say that I seriously doubt myself a lot of times because I think I pay attention to too much others on where I see where I guess where I can see where I want to be. I don't want to say that at the same time, because I know my daughters expect some things different than what other daughters or kids do. But whenever you have your kids watching YouTube videos and shit like that, and they're watching these, and I'm sitting here watching with her, these fathers that got all day to spend time to shoot these videos and stuff like that. So I think that's where I'm challenging myself. My mentally piece is challenging me to where it's like, man, like, am I doing enough? And I know that I'm doing a lot, but I want to make sure that they understand that their dad is here. What they know I'm here, but I'm just saying is that their dad is trying his utmost best for them. And I want to do everything else I can to make sure that they're supported. So I think that's the biggest thing to me. I guess with the world it is today, with the internet and stuff like that, and the YouTube, the TikToks, and all those other things that we all watch and here and there and whatever else, it's really challenging us, I guess, in a different aspect than what it used to be. So it used to be just like, hey, as long as you're there to provide.
It is.
I felt like it was before, it was just provide, but now it's like, hey, YouTube and all these other things out there. It's like, hey, you've got to fucking be on videos. You've got to help support them different ways. And I guess I know I don't have to be that, but at the same time, I'm seeing, I'm hearing these things, and that part of a part of me is like, hey man, I've got to meet that, and I've got to beat that, because that's who I am. I've got to meet and beat these videos. I got to meet and beat these voices that I'm hearing.
You know what that is, right? It's called comparison. And you know what comparison is, right? Comparison is the thief of joy. Never compare yourself to nobody that's on none of this social media shit, for real. And we on here. Most of the people on social media are showing you they highlight reels. They not showing you the real. If you want to be there with that and that aspect, just in this aspect of YouTube life, social media life, start a channel with your daughter and show people how to do it right. Show people how you get up in the motherfucking nighttime, which is early in the morning. You go to work and work a 10, 12, 14-hour shift. And then you come home and you teach a 5-year-old, a 4-year-old how to ride a riding lawnmower. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can create a channel, and you and Siley and Nova Lee, you can do your own thing because you have that it factor. You're not afraid to be on camera being silly and having fun. And that right there says more to children than you being there and you being fake, because they see you being real. You can ask your daughter, you want to create a YouTube channel? We can do our own YouTube channel together. We ain't got to watch nobody else shit. We can see somebody what we do and see how many people want to watch me and you. And that's a way right there to get closer to. It can be a thing that you and your daughters do just once a month, once a weekend, or however you may feel, to where you have a channel for just you and your daughters, and do the same thing that you already doing. You work around the house and you got your daughter handing you nails and a hammer and you showing her how to do that. Do that, because you tell me how many fucking people on YouTube out there with their daughters as fathers showing them what's up, what to do. I love my kids. I have 5 children. How many times you see my kids on camera being a part of this? That's not really what they want to do. Now, I get it. They're a little bit older, but that doesn't define what you do and who you are. Like, again, fuck what you see these people doing on YouTube, because a lot of that ain't real. A lot of that's just for views, and they viewed in a totally different way at home. You know what I'm saying? So you to me are a real man's man. If you are doing the 3 P's that God requests for you to do, and you doing definitely 2, protect, provide. And the third one is to be priest-like. You supposed to be the God in your house, the spiritual leader. Now, if you're not doing that, that may be the only thing you need to add. But if you're doing that, then you being the God's dad, you being the God's husband, what he called you to do. So fuck what everybody else is doing on YouTube. They can't compare to you. You've been loyal and faithful to a job that was loyal and faithful to you. You made a career out of something that most people cannot do. You've been loyal and faithful to the woman that was loyal and faithful to you. You've made a marriage work what most people cannot do, will not do. Fuck that. Share that part of you. It's gone. No more. If you want to get closer to your daughters when it comes to this YouTube stuff, ask them what type of channel they want to create. You watch them. You see what they do. You see what they into. Bring the camera to them. Bring it up. Hey, babe, you know how dad do his thing on Grunt Speak and you didn't put them on camera? What do you think if me and you do a thing? We done built a slide in the backyard. You riding a lawnmower. You taking your little sister in the car ride. Like, I ain't even on Facebook all the time. And when I jump on here, I can see what you do. You and your daughters can share that with the people, and they can see what it looks like. For no offense to anybody else, but they can see what it looks like for a real man who's working and attempting to just be the best husband and father he can be, even if he ain't getting enough sleep, even if he ain't getting no rest, even if he wake up and go to work, and then when he come home, he tucking the kids in. It ain't a lot of men doing that. It ain't a lot of men doing that. So trust me, you'll see more bullshit on YouTube and Instagram than you see what you do. So that little sprinkles of stuff you see in there, don't compare that to you. Because a lot of times people just showing their highlight reels, and they get on YouTube and share those things so they don't have to share what they really feel. They don't share those things that they really been through. And I said this earlier about you when your internet was breaking up. You are a very transparent individual. You have no problem with being forthright with information and sharing what you could consider a struggle or something that you growing through. But don't dare compare you to nobody else and what you do, because what you're doing very, very well. And if they don't know that, all they got to do is take a scroll through your Facebook, and they can go look back to what your house looked like when you bought it to where your house looked like now. You know what I'm saying? To what you look like when you were smiling with your wife in the beginning to what you and your wife are smiling like now. And for most people in life, my brother, trust me when I tell you, you winning. You winning. Because success ain't nothing without a good woman in the family. That's the ultimate measure of a man. And you doing just that. All that shiny shit and all the likes and thumbs up, that don't mean nothing. We didn't grow up in this social media world. We grew up in the world where you had to interact. And unfortunately, our kids don't have that. So you are going to be the one to keep them on track. And you get to control the narrative of what they say and what they see. So that's my piece. That's my piece. Like, you got it, brother.
Hey, Big Sarge, I definitely appreciate it. Yeah, like that definitely helps. Like I wish that everyone else would see what you see in me. Like I don't wish that. Like look, I strive to do what I do best every day, and I appreciate you noticing that, and that helps. That definitely helps a hell of a lot. But I guess one of the biggest pieces that I guess I would say that I need to make sure is that not to worry about what other people expect or what they expect to see of me as a father, because everybody knows. I hear it from a lot of people that I am an amazing father. I guess my biggest thing is me. I'm challenging myself. It's not that other people are challenging me. It's just my mental state piece of me and what expectations of a father should be is a lot more than what other people see, or what other people see of me. And I just want to do so much more. I get that's my biggest challenge, is because I'm always challenging myself, like, how much more can you do? And I think that's where I'm running myself into a rut, is because I want to do more and more for them.
And here's the thing, when you say you want to do more, you have to define what more is. Do you want to make more money to take them on more trips? Do you want to make more money to buy them more things? Do you want to be at home more to spend more time to sit down and color and draw with them, to play face paint and makeup? Do you want to read more to them? Do you want to cook more with them? You have to define what more is, because more could be so many things. Hey, there you go. There you go. And once you figure out what more you want to do with them, then you can start creating a plan with them. You're in a very beautiful position. Dr. Bruce Lipton talked about how the human subconscious mind is programmed between the ages of 0 to 7. And most people live out 90% of their life based on a program that not they were taught, but what they've seen between the ages of 0 and 7. And my brother, I can tell you what your daughters probably have seen from you in these first 7 years of their life, they gonna motherfucking be all right. They gonna be all right. Trust and believe me. So when you do that, start asking yourself, what is more? What is more that I want to give them? And if it's I want to spend more time with them, then cool. Start creating an exit strategy for when you leave Home Depot. Start creating the business now. You talks about your wife, and me and you talk about our wives from time to time, how they're more maybe the left part of our mind, the more detailed and get things done and look through. That might be the help that you need from you, for you, the more help, and it may help her too. But you have to ask, what is more, and what do my daughters want more of? Because what if they feel like I'm giving plenty and now you being overbearing? Because here's the thing, at 5 and 1.5, 2 for Nova Lee, you are a superhero. Everything that you do is all right. It ain't till they get to be about teenagers till they want you to leave them the hell alone. But you don't even have to have that either, because you're shaping and molding their minds and what they may want to do right now. So you have the perfect opportunity to just sit down and listen to what they're saying to you and accept that. And then you start to apply that to what they're giving you, because that's going to change from time to time too as they get older. But what you cannot do, or what we should not do, is compare to what somebody else may do. You have to create what Eric Thomas talks about, your sacred circle. I count 4 right now in your sacred circle. 3, your wife, your 2 daughters, You might have your father, you might have your mother, you might have your brother, you might have 5 people that's in your inner sacred circle. You might have another 5 that's at the 50 meter, and you might have your last 5 that's at the 25 meter. If they ain't in your sacred circle, what they said don't mean a motherfucking thing, including me. If they ain't in your sacred circle, what they saying don't mean nothing. Because your sacred circle is the ones that really want to see you grow. Your sacred circle is the ones that really know what you about and what you do. Your sacred circle know how much your family means to you. And anybody that's watching you should know that too. So figure out what more is. Start writing that down. I want to do more for my daughters. Okay, well, what does more look like, Justin? More looks like I'm at a place where I can come home and spend 4 hours with them a day. I don't have to work all day. I'm at a place where I can read with them today. I'm at a place where I can take them horseback riding. You know what I'm saying? So start to ask yourself what more is. And just like, no offense to your daughters, I tell my wife this all the time, and my kids are older. No offense to my kids, I love them to death. But when it comes to my kids and my wife is my life, because my kids are going to go move on and have a life with somebody else. So if you are your wife being your number one sacred circle keeper, if she feel like you a good husband and she feel like you a good father and she supporting you, it don't even matter what the fuck your kids say to you. Because at the end of the day, God said, this is the one you got to be true to. This is the one you're going to become one with. This is the one you had before you had them. So if your wife is good with you, then bruh, you winning times 2. And that's going to make it easier to give your kids what they need because your partner is rocking with you.
Hey, Hey, Big Sorry, you're true there. I definitely feel the support. I feel the support from my wife. She always tells me that I'm doing everything I can. I definitely like, hey, look, I feel that support like 900% of the time.
Yeah.
I would just say this. It's still like, I guess my expectation to where I was raised, and I don't want to say that I was raised anywhere but the minimum or what the expectation of a child should be. But I want so much more. I guess that's where it's really coming to, is I want so much more. I think that's where it's ultimately coming to from behind me, is I want my daughters to have so much more. And I think all of us as fathers and mothers and stuff like that want so much more for our kids, to understand there's so much more out there. And I'm just talking for everybody and anybody out there, not even a father and a mother figure, but there's so much more out there that you want to explore, so much more that you want to do. But I think, like Big Sarge was talking about earlier, it's just minimizing what you want to do as a certain aspect. I guess you would say is just taking little, like I always say, babies crawl before they step, right? You want to take the little steps before you starting getting to the crawl. You know, find out what that find out what that crawl is before that step. Find out what that is and really set that realistic goal. I ain't saying that all goals are accomplishable, but find that realistic goal that you want to accomplish and make it baby steps, because it's ultimately, like I've said before, do what you want. If you take care of the want, take care of the needs you need, it will take care of the want, right? Everybody wants the fancy shit. Everybody needs to take care of the situation that they're in, right? Focus on the need in your life. Like Big Sarge said before, like the whole topic is on your exoskeleton, right? If you take care of that want, if you take care of that need, you take care of that need, it will take care of that want. Like, you'll get everything you want in life if you take care of what you need. And I promise you guys, in my life, I never thought I would need a wife, but my wife has been something that I needed in my life. You may not be that person, right? Hey, look, You've got a lot of things probably going great in your life. Everything is, you don't need that steady person, whatever else. Hey, look, much respect to you. But for the individual who I am, I needed her. And that's when she came into my life. I needed my daughters. That has made me better as an individual. Each piece has been a need that I needed in my life. And I can't say that, I'm not going to say. Each piece has been an amazing factor in my life, and it has made me to the person I am today. I ain't saying it's going to work out to y'all the same situation. Yours may work opposite, but you've got to make sure mentally and physically, like, hey, you take care of your need, and it will take care of you where you want to be in life.
Absolutely. And here's the thing, brother. You are your main need. You are your number one priority. I tell my wife this, and this is no disrespect. It goes God, Ethan, and my wife in that order. Because if I don't put God first, I'm hit. If I put my wife before me, then I'm just working to her rhythm and her tune. But if I put me first because I'm being led by God, then he'll show me what I need to do in order to help my wife. But if as men, if we're not being led by something bigger than us or something greater than us, how can we lead the people under us? And we do. Having a wife completes us, because as men, that's what we are here to. We want that person to become one. The Bible says it. He who finds a wife finds a good thing and earns favor from the Lord. So you doing what you doing with your wife is helping you earn favor from God. You being loyal and faithful is how you're able to do what most people say you cannot do in this day and age. And you've clearly shown that it can be done. Yeah. I can work myself. My wife can be a stay-at-home mom, and we can take care of business. And you've only been improving your house and improving your life and improving your family's life since we've been talking. So whatever you've been needing to do or needing to have, you have been doing it. And it's been fulfilling the wants of you and your family. Go ahead.
Hey, Big Sarge, my biggest thing is that also that is on that piece is that we always expect somebody higher up, I guess you would say higher up in a rank or higher up in position, to meet and exceed the standards, right? So I'm talking about in the military, we always expect that our big Sarge, staff sergeant, everybody else above us in rank to be able to do what we do and exceed what we do, or at least meet what we do, right? That's the same thing as managers in a business. Hey, look, I expect anybody above me to meet and exceed what I do, right? And that's the same thing in life as a father or a mother, right? We expect anybody and everybody, right, to meet and exceed. And as we're growing in our life, we're training, coaching, teaching, training our individuals what to expect, what we expect of them, what we want them to be, and everything else, right? If you are not setting that standard, if you're not setting a somewhat of a standard, then they're going to go their own route. And don't get me wrong, they may go a route that you want them to go, but I'm telling you, it's a 50-50 shot from that point. 50-50 shot. If you don't set some type of standard of what you're doing in your life to better get them to where they want to go in life, then you're setting them up for failure.
Absolutely. I remember going to a Tony Robbins event, and he talked about expectations, and he talked about not having expectations for anybody other than yourself. Because when we start having expectations of people other than ourselves, it almost unfortunately sets us up for failure, because if we're expecting an individual to do a certain thing. Now I get it. A wife does expect her husband to probably provide for the family and take care of, and that's in her right. You asked her to be your wife, and when you take a wife, you taking on the role and responsibility of taking care of. But as a man, you know, the expectations you may have of your wife is to, you know, be loving, be caring, and food and things like that. But it's like at the same time, if you don't do that, I'm gonna be disappointed and upset. But I gotta ask myself why, what's going on. But if I just put the expectations on myself, what I expect of me, and I keep doing what I think I need to do or God is telling me to do, then that makes everything else easily come through. That makes everything else truer for me. But when we put expectations on individual, it makes us a little difficult too. Man, the kids love you. Hey there, Nova Lee.
Yeah.
Looking, hi. Okay. Looking like a little whiskey Charlie. Hey there, Miss Siley. How you doing?
Good.
What's that on your
A fox.
a fox? Oh, that's a nice fox. Did you name it? She got a dog right there. Oh, Siley, can I get some of that hair? Mine is getting a little light. Maybe I could borrow some of yours. She's like, no way can you touch my hair.
Yeah.
You have a beautiful family, and you are doing amazing things, man. Like definitely. And
That's my ice cream.
here's the thing. Your mom lives where?
Virginia.
Your dad lives where?
About 3 to 5 miles down the road.
No offense to your parents, you're doing something that your parents didn't do, so you showing your kids a different side too. You're breaking generational curse. Hey, that's a nice. Is that a pink sweater?
It's a pair of pants, she said.
Oh,
Mommy just told her to pick them up and to put them up.
Nice. You've broken generational curses, man. You've been able, regardless to whatever your parents may have went through, and I'm sure you and your wife have went through some things too, but you've been able to stick it out and stick it through and show your family the importance of sticking in there. Those are things that I learned later in life, but you are doing it right, man. You doing it the right way. Don't, as men, we sometimes beat ourselves up more than we need to, but you got to learn how to keep being proud of you. And you know what? You have to learn, just like I have to learn too, to listen to our wives and know that they're not attacking us. They're only looking for us to be better. And if your wife is not pushing and pushing little buttons in you that annoys you from time to time, then maybe you have to ask yourself, do I really have a wife that loves me? Because a wife that's pushing buttons in you and stretching you, she's only helping you to grow you because she see the greatness in you, or else she wouldn't be bothered with you.
Yeah. Hey, Big Sarge, that's true. That's true, Big Sarge. Like, hey, look, yeah, like I've always said, you know, if you may challenge me on this, but look, if the relationship's perfect, somebody's lying. At the end of the day, relationship's perfect, somebody's lying, because there's no such thing as a perfect relationship. You're going to argue, you're going to fight, you're going to have differences, but as long as you come to a common ground on understanding each other and understanding what you expectations from you, again, as long as you're coming to a common ground and understanding each other, does it even make sense? Like, look, me and my wife just agree on everything, but she understands what I expect, and I understand what she expects from our daughters.
Absolutely.
But she also understands that I will kill any motherfucker that fucks with my kids.
Hey,
I don't give a fuck who it is.
My whole family know that. They know. Like, you can mess with a whole bunch of things, but if you mess with my wife and kids, I don't give a fuck if you my God rest their soul. I don't care if you was my parents. It's gonna be taking a dirt nap. Okay.
Hey, look, like, look. Hey, at the end of the day, man. Hey, look, like, hey, you can do all you want. You fuck with me, you hurt my family. Guess what? First of all, I'm going to do what's worst situation ever. I can hurt you. That will hurt. But my thing is, I've always said is, you hurt my family, I'm going to hurt yours. I'm going to find out who means the most to you. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Sorry, but not sorry. I'm going to do something to your family member that you wish you never believed that you had done to my family members. You shot my family member, I'm going to do something worse. I'm going to cut each finger and toe off your family member.
And then you know what? You have to understand also that type of energy may not even come around you because you don't attract negative energy. But It's just the mindset that we have. It's just letting it be known. I will kill for mine. And as a man and a husband and a father, if you're not willing to kill for yours, then why are they yours? Why are you saying you the protector if you're not willing to kill for them? You don't want to. You don't want to have to kill and possibly risk going to jail and not being able to be there. But don't get it twisted. I will if I need to, and that's a chance we gonna have to take. And me being infantry that I am, I feel like I could get away anyhow. So
hey, look, hey, bro, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, when it comes around to situations, I'm afraid of my wife, man. She be watching that how to get away with murder on that fucking Netflix and all that other shit. Wife with knives, all that shit, bro. Like, on a serious note, like, Netflix be teaching your significant others way too many situations.
Well, like, your wife is your best friend, man. We suppose, like I said, the 3 P's is what God requests of us as men: protect, provide, and be priest-like. And if you and your family, because I don't like to assume, because they say you assume, you make an ass out of you and me. So I don't want to assume that I believe you're spiritual. I don't want to assume you Christian and you love God. And that's no disrespect. I believe you believe in God, and I know you do. If you and your wife believe in God, and if you ain't already doing it, the best thing you can do is start a prayer time together. I don't care if it's 5 minutes. You need your own prayer time. She needs her prayer time, and y'all need to come together collectively, because this thing is bigger than what we just physically see. If you believe in God, then you have to understand you're in a spiritual warfare. And one thing about spiritual warfare, the family is the one thing that the enemy don't want to see. And you have successfully navigated through 10 years of marriage and stuck in there. That's something to be proud of. And you can take it even further to the next 30, 40, 50 years, especially if you start adding a little bit more prayer time in your life or meditation time in your life with you and your wife to do what God is calling you to do, to keep it right.
Yeah.
Babe, it's time to go. I got to get ready. I'm getting ready to go with my wife.
You better get that last line out.
Yeah, I'm normally be like, I'm getting ready to go to bed, but she got somewhere that, well, actually, our church is having a ministry anniversary celebration. So, okay, yeah. So when it's time to go, I have to go. Hey, there she go. I see you running. Don't take my hair. But no, man. Again, this is all part of shedding skin. This is all part of shedding skin, and conversation and communication is where the true healing begins. You know, so just like you may say, I want to make sure I'm doing more for my daughters and what they need, as you ask yourself more, whether that is, ask your wife what she believes your daughters may need from you. Because if she's there with them all day, then she know too. And we have to learn to drop our ego a little bit more and listen to our wives and apply the information that they give us. And I'm definitely not talking to just you. I'm 100% talking to me too, because it's something that I'm growing through as well. But it only helps us get the best version of ourselves, because our wife is our helpmate, and she's helping us to be better every day. She's helping us to shed the skin of what we used to see and what we used to be. And she only wants the best for us, for our family. So we have to learn to accept that as men and let the real healing begin. And any man that won't accept that, he gonna be right back where he was at, being a little boy, and you're gonna be stuck inside that goddamn cicada small shell, and you ain't gonna be able to fly and grow nowhere. So we get to choose what we do. You can either shed the skin or the skin gonna shed you. Now you froze up again. So anybody that's out here listening to us today, I know we is talking about shedding skin, and I feel like I was more so talking with Whiskey Charlie, but the message is clear, and the message is for you too. Shedding skin is something that we all must do as men and women, but definitely for men, because this topic, this group is called Grunt Speak, where we talk to the men and the grunts, but the families too. But shedding skin is what we all have to do. When we got the basic training, we shedded the skin of a civilian. When we got the week 4, we shedded the skin of being in phase black or red. When we got the week 8, we shedded the skin of something else. We left those things behind us so we could get to a better version of ourselves. And when you get to that next version of yourself, you have to celebrate that too, because that's what God calls you to do. It is actually a sin to speak negative about oneself. So keep taking your greatest eternal wealth up off the shelf and find the best version of yourself. I see you running with the hair. I'm right there. I'm on you. I got you. You can't get away, Sally. Mr. Fox, Mr. Fox, what did the fox say? I'm on you now.
What did the fox say? He said
Nothing.
Oh yeah.
Hey, man, listen. Just what you're doing right now. You can create a YouTube channel if you want, just with your children, and they're so energetic and so photogenic. All you got to do is put them in it. If that's something that you and your wife are wanting to do, or she allow you to do, or you willing to do, yeah, you can see that your family completes you. You definitely I don't know what you may think or what make you have seen as a kid, but you not that. That's all right there. She like, no.
Sorry, Smith about to get you.
Yep, I'm about to get your hair. I got you. I'm about to get your hair. Hey, that's all right, man. That is all right. Life is beautiful. We have to learn to celebrate it every day, no matter what anybody else say, no matter what others may think of you. Know that it's okay to just be you, and you gonna be all right. You already all right, man.
Yeah.
You already all right.
Well,
Hey, I hope you're, huh?
I appreciate it, Big Sarge.
You already know. Hey, drop something off for the people before we go.
Hey, everybody. Hey, look, you know what? When you, biggest thing I guess I would say that take back from the situation is that when you, I guess you would say when you at least expect you're actually doing the at most, like when Big Sarge touched me with this situation, I always expect that I'm doing the minimum, but I'm actually exceeding. But at the same time, right, you also got to set yourself at a higher standard, right? Like, I ain't saying that you ain't doing what you need to be doing in your life or what you need to be doing for your children or your wife or any situation like that. But I think what the biggest thing is for me, though, is that I took from it is that I set my standard high, and I still am meeting the requirements, I guess, as a father to my standards. I can't say it's everybody else's standards, everything else, but my standard is that I expect so much more, but I'm still meeting a standard, and I guess I'm challenging myself to other people's standards, and I really need to be challenging myself to a standard that I need to listen for my kids and say, hey, you know what? what do you think of Dad? You know, I just want to ask him, because the biggest thing that we can do, and that's one of the biggest things that, and speak Grunt, is I want everybody else to listen to, everybody else to say is to speak, right? If we listen to the people that matter most to us and speak to people that have our heart, that's biggest thing is that they will tell us what they expect of us, and that's why I want y'all to know, as fellow brothers and in arms, and that just speak out to us, let us know, and we will see it. And if I don't know the answer, I will find the answer for you, and I expect nothing but the less of satisfaction from any of y'all.
Absolutely. Ooh, excuse me. I want to close with this. Hey, now, listen to understand, not just to reply. Listen to understand. Shout out to Slade the barber, who got Whiskey Charlie over there looking like Abercrombie and Fitch male model. To Slade the barber. Hey, he's looking like an Abercrombie and Fitch male model who's actually graduated from the academy and succeeded in life. He got the wife, he got the family, and his hair still look good while doing it. So that's all right. That's all right. I hope this message tonight was something to help y'all to get your life in the right direction, to understand that the possibilities are limitless. Nothing is impossible except what you put in your mind. And even at that time, it's not impossible. You just haven't figured out how to have the confidence to know that you can do it. You have to believe even when it doesn't look like there's a reason to believe. Even when it doesn't look like there's a way. Keep celebrating your day, because God is not looking at your yesterday. He don't care about your yesterday. He's focusing on what are you doing today? What are you doing right now? So listen to understand, not just to reply, and give yourself some grace and know that it's going to be okay. But if you begin shedding that old skin, then you will see that every day that he gives you life again, that you DJ Khaled that thing. All you do is win, because you have another opportunity to let the healing begin and find a better part of you. That's all I'm asking you to do, Grunts. We had to shed skin in different stages of our life. It's all on you. When we went to the military, we had to shed the skin from a civilian. When we went to Iraq and we came back, we had to shed the skin of being a battle-hardened, tested warrior to go back to being a somewhat sensitive, compassionate, caring, and loving father, mother, husband, wife, and all those things to get it right as we chase around our kids at night. And that's the funnest thing for them. So, hey, there you go. What the fox say? She's like, I'm not running no more. I'm fighting back. I'm in my own house. Hey, this has been Speak Grunt. When we come through, we speak to you, and we hope you speak back to us too. You drop down in the chat and you talk about that. Talk about what's going on and how we can help you get your wrongs to be right, how we can help you to enjoy and love your life. Because if you got life, your life is all right. Even when it looks all wrong, know that God has something going on that's going to make a better way for you and your family. All you got to do is believe. That's it. That's all I got to say. I'm done for the day. Peace. We'll see y'all next week.